How do we start it though? Just like that, hey? Hey, Daryl.
Yeah. Hey, Jeremy, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Daryl. Good to see you again. You're here. I don't know if anybody noticed or if you haven't watched our first episode yet, you can go back and see it. But when we were done
Yeah.
recording, Daryl had mentioned that it kind of looked like I might have looked like a kind of Disney character there with the way I had my discs set up. So in honor of that, I've come prepared with
There you
my
go.
R2D2 ears
That's
that I
all,
picked up.
that's almost perfect. Those discs,
And
they look like they're just sitting on the shelf right now.
well, I'm not going to wear this the whole episode. I just thought you might get a kick out of that.
Okay.
Now, I know I threw this on you. We didn't discuss this. So put on your
Yeah.
thinking cap here and shoot some
Yeah.
holes in my idea.
The bit of a pause there was me taking a second to try and think the pros and the cons.
And all you can
I,
think of is how wonderful the idea is, right?
yeah, we'll end the episode there.
Yeah, no.
Or should I say, it could be partly my catchphrase? You know that I like your idea, but you're wrong.
Ouch.
I
So
don't
what?
know. I don't necessarily love the idea. I'm not going to say I hate it. I'm just
Okay.
trying to think why I don't like it. I
Hey,
think
everybody. Welcome to Chain Out, the disc golf podcast for Canada. Nope, I'm not doing that one. I got lost. I got lost.
I could
I,
feel you were like searching for words.
I'm like, I went way beyond the simple thing.
Yeah.
So we'll do it again. 5 seconds. It'll just be simpler. I think what it is I don't know what
Episode 3?
it's episode 3, but do I want to call it the Chain Out or Welcome to Chain Out podcast? Episode 3, I think.
Chain Up Podcast.
Yeah. Okay. Because that's how we've got it labeled. So.
Yeah.
With you. I'm Jeremy, and with me, as always, is Daryl.
Hello, everybody. How's it going, Jeremy?
Going well, Daryl. How about you? How you feeling, buddy?
I don't know. Can you tell? My voice is. I'm not. I got that bit of a sexy Barry White voice going on, I think.
Oh,
Or
you
just
say sexy Barry White. I was thinking maybe a little Phoebe Buffet smelly cat
Phoebe.
voice there.
Yeah.
Podcasting energy that we've got is like a healing energy. That's what I'm going
There
to
you
say.
go. Yeah. Channeling my inner Phoebe Buffet.
Yeah, there you go. Well, thanks, everybody, and we'll see you on the next
Smelly
one.
cat,
Until
smelly
then, till then, Smelly Cat says, chain out.
Chain out.
There for it. But for me, I think what the difference is that if I have an errant shot at Nor'Wester, I'm gonna hit a car. A car is pretty strong. It's gonna my disc is gonna bounce off it. If I have an errant shot at the hills and
I know
hit
where
a
you're
person, it's gonna bounce off them, but it could do a lot more damage hitting a person. And I feel that those tight
Right.
lines, I'd rather go onto a road and hit a car or hit a truck or something like that than hit an actual person. So that's what I'm gonna use as my deciding factor of why I'd prefer to play Nor'Wester. Plus, Nor'Wester's gonna have the longer distance, all of the things that we
Right.
talked about than the hills. But one of those things is I'd rather hit a car than hit a person.
That's a fair.
Hey everyone, welcome to Chain Out Podcast. I'm Jeremy, and with me as always is your favorite co-host, Daryl.
Favorite co-host?
Why, thank you, Daryl and Jeremy. I'm so happy to be on Chain Out Podcast with you and glad that you were able to invite me. I'm really excited to tell you a lot about oh, I'm not the guest that you were expecting to have on the show tonight? How did you know?
That's the thing. So I had a huge mix, a
Yeah.
whole bunch of different brands, but then I hold a Comet, and then I hold a Buzz, and then I hold a Wasp, or I hold whatever. Name your EMAC Truth or whatever.
Yeah.
They all feel a little bit differently in your head. It's not the same disc, even
Yeah.
if it's virtually the same disc. If you hold an EMAC Truth and a Buzz SS or whatever
Yeah.
you consider to be the same as that, it's not gonna in your head it's not going to be the same disc. So
Yeah.
Right.
That's such an interesting way to look at it, Jeremy. I've never thought about that. I mean, I know I've spoken. Obviously, Tim said that at one point he had 7 Nate Sexton Firebirds in his bag, and they kind of explain it. Yeah, obviously, the more beat in the disc gets, the more understable it gets. So that's why they have that. But until Brendan just said it, then like not necessarily having the disc because it beats in, but just having it because it feels the same. You've got the same disc in your hand, you're throwing it, and it's that's kind of just hit me there for a second. So it feels like I've just leveled up in my disc golf knowledge now. That's the reason for having multiple discs of the same, because of the feel.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to get you to stop buying discs. I just want you to buy more of the exact same disc.
Yeah,
and then if it's wrong, you just have to buy more of a different disc.
You want to hear something? I hear there's a secret word on the street. I don't know nothing. But I hear the secret word is horse feeder. But you didn't hear it from me. Yeah, no. So who knows what's going to happen in the spring and summer? Maybe we might go down to 1 every 2 weeks. Maybe we'll
Don't
the quality
talk
won't.
like that.
Who knows what's going to happen? I'm just preempted. I'm just kind of giving ourselves a barrier. What do they say? Under promise and over deliver.
Over deliver. I'm
There
just going
you
to
go.
over deliver all the time. You
Yeah,
like the
no, you.
weekly? We're giving you the weekly.
Yeah, you don't have to episode. All right, let's do it. What have you been up to? People don't want to hear our woes of editing. They just want the final product. And this is the final product. So what have you been up to?
It's easy for you to say, hey, yeah, I'm cool if women play. Oh, it's a women's event. I'm going to go out to this other course and play that weekend. Well, why wouldn't you just give that weekend up and support them?
That's such a good point.
I was thinking
Absolutely.
that same thing, Jeremy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I know
Well,
It
Kristen
makes
Swirls
total sense
has
as well.
Kristen Swirls, I think, has an event coming up, right?
She's
How
on
many
stage.
men-
She's up first.
Yeah.
She's up first. How many men are going to step up and spot? Like when I was in Cranbrook for Crush in 2022, we were flooded. Like the men were running the raffles, they were running the check-in, they were giving out, like passing the prizes to the tournament director, they were spotting. It was insane. Like we had so many men out there doing so many great things for the sport. It was just awesome to see the support. I had Crush here. We had guys coming out. We had families coming out. The moms were playing and the sons and husbands were helping. And I think it's really important. It's very easy to say, I'm okay with women playing. It's a little harder to give up your time to support women playing. And that's what speaks volumes. That's the true show of how much you really want them there. Does that, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah. No,
I'm not calling anybody
speaks
out in
volumes.
particular. I'm just saying from personal experience and noticing the necessity of needing men, especially, to walk the walk. Just don't talk the talk.
well,
I
Carrie,
felt like that was just a light bulb moment that you just mentioned there, because when you were saying it, in my mind, I was thinking, well, it's a women's event, so they don't want that masculinity involved in it because they don't want, the men are here thinking that we can't look after the event. Like that was my mindset. But then when hearing you say that you want men involved because it shows that we're supporting, I looked at it from a different point of view, and I can understand now, actually we should be volunteering. And it's not like we're trying to take over. It's not like we're trying to say you can't run your own event. We're not saying any of that. It's just being involved and doing whatever needs to be done. Like you said, picking up litter, spotting, and anything that happens just to make the tournament run successfully.
And the best thing to do is just reach out to the female TD and say, I want to give up my weekend and help you out. What can I do?
Guess what, Jeremy?
what?
Now our listeners and viewers have a chance to enter their own competition because, drum roll please, we're announcing our first ever Chain Out podcast competition. Woo, woo, woo. It just sounds like we're a bunch of trains.
Our guest.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Around the Basket, episode 45. I am the host, Daryl, and I'm joined by nobody. I tried to
Nobody
say that
but
faster.
your favorite
Oh, I
co-host,
don't have a hat on. Nice.
Jeremy. It's falling apart over here, Daryl. I don't want to judge you, but it's kind of havoc over here,
Oh, my
man.
goodness. Good job it's Havoc now and not Havoc earlier.
That's right. That was a pretty fantastic, enjoyable episode. I did enjoy. Judge was one of those guys that we'd saw on Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah.
Kind of saw his artwork, but we really got a chance to get to know him when we went to nationals this September.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a good guy. I was so glad to get him on the podcast for the Chain Out podcast. So go back and check out episode 99, but that's not where we are. Where are we?
We're on Around the Basket.
Yeah, episode
45.
almost about half
Exactly.
ish.
Yeah, ish. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we had mentioned before about, coming to the end of season 2 of Chain Out and going into our second year or finishing our second year
yes,
with Chain Out. Why do I sound different? Sorry.
you sound
with
sultry.
Around the Basket, yeah, we're at 45, so we're now approaching the first year of fully doing. Like you said, it was only season 2 when we started doing the Around the Basket episodes, the extra Patreon episodes. So,
And I think,
yeah.
we're at 45, but I'd have to go back and really do the math on it. I
Mhm.
know we dropped 1 week, and that was when we were at nationals, because it was enough for us to even get one episode out that week. Just
Yeah, that was a nightmare.
yeah, we did it. You
We-
did it, actually. We recorded it. You put it out. So that was awesome. But yes, in any event, we're pretty much wrapping up Around the Basket season 1 and Chain Out season 2.
Do we need to do Around the Basket seasons?
I don't know.
Does Around the Basket just live on and it's in perpetuity?
It's just like
it's endless.
But is it going around the sun? Because you go around the sun
I don't
once
know.
a year.
This
I
is
don't
an
know.
off-air topic.
I don't know. Everybody likes it, but look, who do we got out here?
Well, I guess we'll find out when we say, and welcome to Around the Basket season 2, then you'll know that you won.
I guess somebody who writes the outline.
Exactly. I just read what's put in front of me. Well,
You got me. You put it in there and you tricked me. Doggone it.
Hey, Sam, we got Sam back in the chat again. He was the one that let us know that we didn't I say we.
Yeah, I missed the mark on that one.
Yeah, we didn't update the Patreon. We always say head over to Patreon, click any link, sign up for any tier to get the link, but the link wasn't there.
No, not this
But
time.
thankfully, it is there now, and Sam's in the chat.
And
We
Sam's in the
appreciate-
chat, I think, 2 weeks in a row for ATB.
Yeah,
That's the longest streak we've ever had.
I think it comes and goes. I think it's when it's summertime, people are getting out. They're playing disc golf. They're doing things outside. Jeremy, now it's starting to get cooler and darker in the evenings. What else they got to do? They're just gonna sit around and listen to a couple of guys talk about disc golf.
Well, talk about disc golf and give updates on the Blue Jays game apparently is what we do too, right?
Yeah, so it must be finished by now. No, it's midway through the midway through the ninth.
Okay.
13-4.
Ooh.
I'm assuming I don't know much about baseball, but we've seen it last week, and it was like 2-2, 3-2, 4-2. This is 13-4. It seems like a blowout.
Well, and it's a big deal because
it's
Toronto was in the first 2 games were in Toronto, I believe. Maybe not. Maybe they were in Toronto, and now we've gone across, or Toronto's gone out to Seattle.
Yeah.
And Toronto had gotten beaten at home twice, didn't really do much.
Right.
So for them to be winning 13-4, that's a really big deal and keeps them alive in this series. So important information that is only relevant today.
Yes, exactly. Well, the Jays and my school has kept me close to the computer for the last little bit. So there you go. That's why Sam is in the chat.
Yeah. So Sam is jamming.
Yeah. I want to find out a bit more about why Sam's going to school.
Yeah.
We know Sam is a plumber.
We do. He might be learning some new stuff.
Or maybe he's advancing to not just a journeyman, but maybe he's a, I don't know what comes, an apprentice, and you got
Red
a journeyman.
Seal?
Yeah, maybe the Red Seal. Yeah. Maybe something.
We'll take
Anyway.
There you go. Well, yeah, and he said there too is there's a lack of sun, which is what's starting to happen is you like to play rounds at the end of the day.
An inspector.
Oh, an inspector. Sweet. So we like to play rounds at the end of the day. You're laughing, but we do. But it's getting dark out, so that's going to be the thing that's tough. And I think now we're lucky enough that we've got the Niska League.
I don't even know why I find that funny. It's just you
You're
paused for a
funny. I
second
know.
there.
Here's
Yes,
here's
we're
the
getting.
thing, and we'll let Sam know and the listeners know. It's gotten to a point with the two of us that it's not even that there has to be anything funny, but if I have anything that makes me smile, Daryl can see it. You can kind of see it in my face, can't you, or in my eyes or something? There's something about I hold a smile differently
It's a
or
little
something
smile, and it's the way that you don't look at me. You know that if you continue to look at me, you know we're going down a rabbit hole that
that we're never going to
yeah.
come out of.
So,
But yeah, but Niska, what I was trying to get at was that Niska is happening now. There's which
the
is
fall
neat
league.
because it's a fall league. It's 8 weeks. It's out on Saturdays
Yes.
at noon. So you're going to always get what it should hopefully be the best daylight and the
Right.
best weather of the
Yeah.
day.
You know, the good thing, there's a couple of things that we said before about why we signed up. The first thing was that you were happy just to get out to Niska because,
I haven't gone out there.
you know, River City comes around, we play Hermitage and Rundle. Then all year I've been playing Rundle League. So I've been getting out to Hermitage when I can, the odd time out to Niska. But you find that we play those two courses because there's a tournament coming up, so we practice those two. When we're not practicing them, we like to get out to other courses, and we were practicing for nationals, so we went to Bailey's a lot.
Yes.
Things like that. Now there's no real tournaments that we're geared up for. It's like, oh, there's a league out at Niska. It's an opportunity to get back out there and play that course that we like. Why we don't get out there and play it more often?
Yeah, we used to. Like last year, we got out there a lot more. But
The
being
thing,
that it's 8 weeks and 1 week is done, and it's $20.
it's $20.
Pretty,
It was
pretty
cheap.
good.
It's the thing that I liked about it was they're like Brock had said on the intro is that they're trying something new. It's the U-Disc Handicap League.
Right. Yeah.
So the first week is done. We should have all our handicaps now.
Well, you should. I need mine still.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
So some people would say you're playing disc golf is your handicap.
The dunk.
Yeah. So it's a handicap league. So on U-Disc, there's no disc golf scene. There's no spreadsheets that Brock has to do to update or anything like
You're
that.
just laughing on your own.
You just take care of everything.
Yeah, well, and with that, when we did the roaming rec league on Tuesdays this year, and I only got to a few of the days because we ended up going out to Bailey's instead and practicing there for nationals. But there was a couple of the times, once at Langholm, once at Norwester, where we had enough scores in there that we used the handicap function on UDisc. And when you did, it was kind of interesting because you'd play against some newer players or some less experienced than you, and they would come in and they'd have like a 9-stroke lead on you on hole one. And so then it was interesting because you think, oh my gosh, that's insurmountable. But it is based on the person's playing ability.
Right.
So over 18 holes, that person needs those 9 strokes compared to you. And then you would have this tight battle where if they beat you by 1 stroke. Or if you beat them by 1 stroke.
Right.
And it makes for everybody competitive with anybody, which I thought was cool.
That's the whole purpose behind a handicap.
Yes, so that was a long explanation.
Yeah, and that's what Sam's asking. Yeah, it's a handicap league, and he should get out there and play it because traditionally he has played terrible at Niska. So
hey, well, come join. It'll be my first round on Saturday, Sam. So come on out. You can join. Yep.
You played AHE, didn't you? No, you didn't play AHE.
No.
When was the last time you played Niska?
You and I would have went out there for one reason or another before AHE. I think I went out with the roaming rec league. That's what it was.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yep. So, and you had come as well. So again, with our Patreon episode, Sam's in the chat. We're being interactive with him. He's being interactive with us.
13 to
you
40.
can be that person as well if you want. So just jump on in to Patreon, join at any level, get that link, and be part of this. Now, you had put in the comments that we were going to talk about disc golf vacations. We were going to talk about 2026 tournament planning. I have those topics in the outline here, but I also had maybe more relevant for tonight.
Okay.
Was episode 100. Just because we kind of mentioned and talked about it last week a little bit on this show, but also on Chain Out. But episode 100 is now next week.
Next week. It's going to be here.
Like 24 hours, or sorry, not 24 hours, 7 days from today, right now, we will have likely finished episode 100.
Speaking to, and then also speaking maybe to as well. And then maybe we could also be speaking to.
Oh, you keep cutting out.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Well, what we are doing is we are going to have at least one guest that I don't want to say who it is.
Well, I think we start teasing because I think this 100, because normally I put out the social media on the Wednesday.
Yeah. Do you like to watch, right?
Do you like to watch? Do you want to watch some more? Do you want to watch me and you?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I normally put it out Wednesday morning because
Right.
I feel like if I put it out too early, by the time the episode or the 7 o'clock comes around, people are like, "Oh, I forgot."
Oh yeah, like
Maybe now that we've been doing it so regularly, everybody knows. I mean, who doesn't know that
that we're going to
7
be
o'clock
live
Mountain
on
on YouTube
Wednesday.
is Chain Out Podcast? So maybe I could start teasing them a bit earlier. Maybe put it out on a Monday.
Yeah, well, and we used to do at the start in season 1
Yeah,
when
remember
we
those
were
days?
yeah, in season 1 when we were using, what was the program we were using?
Riverside.
Riverside is what we were using.
Oh, Skype.
Yeah, in Skype. But Riverside gave me the ability to cut the shorts together, and we had it in our heads that we always wanted to be a surprise.
But also
So
that
we
was
would
because
do
we played Rundle League together, so we were able to record those.
Mhm.
We don't have the ability now to record them.
No. And also too, it takes a little bit more to edit it. I think you had taught me, well, you've taught me how to use CapCut.
Yeah.
And I can use that pretty good. So maybe I have to work with that again and see, because we noticed, what was it when we were out at Nationals? It was Connor O'Reilly had
Right.
some great posts that he put, not posts, I guess they were posts.
He did a walkthrough of
Yeah,
Project
walkthroughs.
15.
And I think he did one of each of the courses. And when we sat down and chatted with him for an hour one evening, which felt really special to me,
Well, this was
nicest
the
guy.
time we sat down with Connor and Paige and
Yeah,
we had
yeah.
lunch with them.
That was supper.
supper.
Yeah, they were great. But when I asked Connor how long it took him to do it, he was like, "Oh, maybe an hour, hour and a half." And I'm like, "Oh, and how do you do it?" He's like, "Oh, I do it with CapCut." And I said, "Oh, okay, so you're just sitting there on your laptop?" He's like, "No, on my phone."
Mhm.
And the quality that he's putting together is good enough to get him, obviously he's well known, but on top of that,
Yeah.
he's putting out good enough content that he's getting the views that yeah, maybe we need to get back to CapCut and put some of those things together. It all goes back to the point that you said,
Mhm.
start teasing the 100th episode a little early.
Yeah.
And we were just talking that we would do teasers.
Yeah.
In a full
Because
circle
one
here.
guest is locked in. They've 100% said they've 100% said they're going to be here.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm not going to say we have to say it, but I'm saying we've got one guest locked in.
Yes, and
That
that
they've
guest is somebody who has played in Canada, won in Canada, and is a pretty big name.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's about all we can do.
If that's all you want to say, I mean, I know we're teasing it and beating around the bush, but if you want to say it, we don't have to say it.
No, I think so.
All right. Well, then let's move on.
But yeah.
You want to bring up episode 100.
Yeah, we were working on that, and then we'll see, because that's part of what it is that we want to have some guests for you and maybe some bigger names that you don't normally hear on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you do.
We want to make it special.
But at the same time, it's a lot of moving parts, and it could be
It's almost like we should have done this like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
No, we've been chatting about this since well before Nationals. We knew that we had to prepare for Nationals, and then we knew the 100th episode was coming up.
If chatting was anything to go by, we've been chatting about doing a bus tour to Camrose for about a year. So, yeah, all right.
It's about that's a great plan, that one there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got that going on, and then I do think that after episode 100, we should flip over to season 3. We did it. If we did it once, even if it was to your dismay.
Exactly. And this is what this is what I said last year. I said, well, let's not do season 2 until like January 1st. Let's do it calendar year, or even when the first tournament starts. Let's get into season 2 when it's actually disc golf season 2. And he said, nope, I'm typing it up right now, so I'm going to put down season 2.
Well, and you made the graphic and you said, well, I guess we're in season 2.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
So season 3 will be coming shortly. And I wanted to talk, well, you and I did, speaking about chatting about things, we talked about season 3, maybe what's the theme of it, or what's the feel of it, what's the overarching thing. I related to a show that both of us enjoy. You've watched it how many times now? How many times have you watched Friends?
Oh.
At least 3-4 times through?
At least 10 times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, loads of times.
And I'm just going through with my oldest son, hasn't seen it before, and he just loves it. And we're going through for the first time with him, and we're getting into the last season. So I've been enjoying a lot of it. But I always talk about that some of those seasons had kind of an arc or a theme to them. Like everything was getting ready for Monica and Chandler's wedding. Spoiler alert, they get married.
Yeah. Not to each other.
No, and this season here is all about Rachel's pregnancy, right? So you've got that going on.
There is a main character kind of, or main 1 or 2 characters in every season. It does deviate episode by episode, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so if you were to look back at season 1, what was the arc of season 1? Was it just, can these guys make it through to the end? Was
Yeah,
that the arc
that
of
might have
season
been.
1?
Yeah.
And what's been the arc of season 2? Man, these
Well, I
guys,
mean,
I know what they're doing. Canadian disc golf. I don't know. What has it been? Is there been enough?
this is your thing. I'm letting you run with this.
Yeah, but
I'm waiting for you to get to the season 3 arc.
Well,
and
I'm
then
just
I've
wondering,
got something
what
to
do you
say.
think season 2's arc has been? Do
I
you have
don't-
any thoughts?
No, I don't think they've been on.
It's not a Rachel. It's not like Daryl and Jeremy became good friends. That's not the arc.
Maybe season 9.
The chain out battle was the arc of season 2. Guess who the host is?
So you're saying that season 1 had an arc, season 2 had an arc, and what's season 3 going to be an arc? And
Yeah.
we're going to discuss that.
That's right.
What I would like to say is,
But you're wrong.
Who said? Where did that come from?
I don't think there is.
Season 1 was I value your opinion, but you're wrong. Season 2 has been I
What?
value your opinion, but you're wrong. Part 2.
Yeah. Why do we have to have arcs?
I don't know.
We-
What do you think, Sam?
I don't think there's
Arcs?
an arc. I think we just keep going. Season 3 is promoting more Canadian disc golf.
Okay, I thought we were gonna
Maybe
maybe we could go to your roots and we could do a season on English disc golf. We could do
Yeah. Okay, what are we going to do in February?
England. Would do England, Scotland, and Ireland. Would that help?
No.
We'd just do everything that's kind of off the mainland.
Yeah.
Maybe if we did Estonia, Norway, Finland.
I think there is already European
Sweden.
podcasts that are.
Yeah, but not in
the
English.
Spielemo.
Yeah, Spellermo. Isn't it
That's what I
Speller?
said.
What did you say?
Spielemo.
Oh, okay.
Spieler.
Yeah, it's Spellermote.
Spellemote. That's what
That's
it is.
right. Yeah, yeah. So, anyways, all right.
Yeah, see, Sam is with me. Don't like putting labels on things.
That's right.
Don't tie me down, man. I don't like where this is going. Can we take a break?
All right.
I want to see other people.
Oh, you're telling me it's time for a guest host again,
It's
is
not-
it? I give you one free pass a season, okay? One free pass. You used it
Exactly.
with Tim Plamanin this year. That was your choice. First year
Jeremy.
you have Gabe. This last year Tim.
All I want to say is it's not you, it's me.
Yeah, that's right.
But I do feel
You
the
can't say
need-
it's not you, it's me. That's my line.
I do want to say that I think we need to see other people.
All right. Fair enough. Hosts with benefits. I love
I don't
it.
know. I mean, you come up with this season arc thing. You didn't even know what the arc was in season 1. You're asking me what it is in 2. You haven't really thought this through. You like the idea of having an arc on
Yeah.
a season, but you don't really know what it is. But you just think that we should.
Isn't that what Around the Basket is to bat these ideas around? They never actually get to the basket, but
It's like you're putting.
we throw the exactly. We're in circle.
Yeah.
So, but
I don't know. I mean, I'm not what's the phrase I'm going to say? I'm against it, but I'll go with it. That you want to name season 3 after episode 100. So 101 is going to be season 3.
Yes.
I don't like it, but I'll go along with that.
Right.
Now you're trying to say that we need to have an arc and a theme for season 3? Like, no, I think I'm
Wait
drawing the line.
until I
there.
tell you that season 3 is 100 episodes long. Just there's no rhyme or reason.
It'll be
try
25.
to break
we'll do
you.
one every 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
See,
Well,
I'm even folding my arms.
what determines a season, anyways?
50 episodes, apparently. No other. There's no other.
It's so arbitrary.
Yeah, exactly. There's no other rhyme or reason. It's just 50 episodes. Now we're into season.
Boom. It's just a point where we can sit back and reflect and go,
I think what
are
it
we
was-
continuing or are we done?
I think what it was after season 1, we did nationals. We did the last tournament. I don't know. We have to go back and check. Because we still got Ontario provincials to go.
We do at this point, yeah.
Did we finish them all last year? And did we finish the last 8 here? And then we were like, okay, that's all the season done. That'll be the end of the episode. And it just happened to be 50. And this year,
Yeah.
maybe they've pushed it out a couple of weeks. So it's like,
Because technically we'd be, because there's 52 weeks in a year, so we'd probably be 2 weeks earlier than last year.
maybe that was it then. Maybe
Maybe it was just because Ontario
because it's
Provincials is
50
coming
and
up next
50 and
weekend.
50. If we keep doing 50, we'll eventually, if we last that long, but like season 7 or 8,
Mhm.
we'll be ending 50 episodes in like,
It'll be like Valentine's Day.
yeah, exactly.
Well, next
So,
week, though,
I-
speaking of that, which I didn't even think about, we can put this out here with Sam on there if he's
Yeah.
got any ideas, is that we have Ontario Provincials coming
Yeah.
up next, not next week, in a couple weekends. So not this weekend, but next weekend, which makes next week the Fantasy Picks show.
Right.
Yeah, it'll be our last Fantasy Picks show. So it'll be part of season 2. I can't
It'll be
remember.
half in season 2, half in season 3. Doesn't make any sense. Why don't we
No.
just wait until the end of December
Yeah,
and then January start season 3?
for sure.
But then that means season 2 will have like 54, 56 episodes.
But there's been some other things we've done. Like one of the things we did was this year for the Fantasy Pick shows, it was a conscious effort to not bring on somebody we had on before. And I think we
Right.
did that successfully. We'd have to look back, but I think so. So we have to get one more guest picker on
Mm-hmm.
for the next week, Ontario. And I think it would be good to get an Ontario person to come on. So we might just have to take a look through the Rolodex and see
Yeah,
who
we don't need
should
to
be the
just- yeah.
person. I don't know. Maybe
But I'm-
Sam's got some people he talks to when he's playing in those NADGT
You are
tournaments and
deflecting
stuff.
here. This is very the epitome of deflecting behavior. When does the season 3 start? Are you still
101, baby.
You still want to start at 101?
Well, unless you want to start it at 104, 105, and then it would be 2 years. But that just seems weird.
Why don't we start it at January?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then we do 52 episodes.
This has been fun. Let's move on.
All right.
You know, we talked about it. The other thing I had here was we talked.
Who's going to be your co-host in season 3?
That's true.
Have-
Stam.
How are you going to push buttons and how are you going to do
Well,
all
I
of
push
this?
buttons all day long.
You'd think I'd have more of a say.
I think you do. I think it's just on air. It seems like you have no say.
Yeah, exactly.
Off air.
All right.
Woo, woo, woo.
The arc of season 3 is Jeremy committing to arcs.
It's the Ark of the Covenant, season 3.
All right.
Anyways, you know, we were talking about tournaments and how Kristen put on the Gig Ogre
Mm-hmm.
and how that was great.
Rated.
Yeah. And then how Alex Penny put on a ton of them. And how this Gig Ogre that just happened over the weekend was actually a cool event for a lot of people, but especially for Sonia, because that was her, listener of the show
Mm-hmm.
and big supporter, her first tournament as a PDGA member.
Right.
And that was cool. And you got a chance to play with her. And I think overall, what did she say her experience was?
Well, she has played tournaments before. She's played She's Up First twice,
Right.
but
Didn't have
you
a
didn't
PDGA
need a number. So
Yeah.
it was, and you don't need to have a number to play in that tournament. I guess you don't need to have a number to play in the Gigagore, but it kind of defeats the whole point of doing it, Eric.
Just stealing
But
everyone else's rating.
maybe it was because this was the first tournament that she was playing on lead or on the first round. She played with me and an MA1 and an MA4, Devin S Fighter.
Okay.
You know him. You'd have played with him before.
Mhm.
And Anthony. So maybe, she definitely said, and I think the time of year was different as well. Everything added up. She liked it. She enjoyed it, but it was definitely a different experience than she'd experienced before. I think
Gotcha.
maybe the fact that she did have a PDJ number and the fact that probably about 2 or 3 weeks beforehand, she was getting out almost every day, playing Hermitage one day, Rundle the next day, Hermitage one day. It's a couple of days where she actually played Hermitage in the morning, Rundle in the afternoon, or
Awesome.
whatever.
Yeah.
But she was doing a lot of prepping for it, and it was like she put in the effort, put in the
reps.
the reps to get in there and practice the courses. Some days would be worse than others, as it always is.
Mhm.
And then when it came down to it on tournament day, she shot her worst ever score at Rundle. Hermitage, she did a lot better. I think, I don't know whether it was the fact that I wasn't on her card, but she thanked her coach in her Instagram post. So, yeah, it was definitely, she enjoyed it, but it was a different experience than anything that she'd experienced in the past.
Well, and I've heard it on other podcasts I've been listening to and in conversations I've had with other people, is that you cannot judge what your tournament rounds will be like based on your practice rounds, because even though you're playing the same course, it can be the same conditions, the same layout, the same discs, all of those things there.
Yeah.
Whether you acknowledge it or not, even if you want to say, oh yeah, I'm cool as a cucumber, I'm lackadaisical, I'm going to just go into this, no big deal.
Yeah.
Somewhere in your core,
Yeah.
you know it's a tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether you pretend you don't know, then that maybe you can fool yourself, but most times it's difficult to do it. And hopefully your body likes that idea of the tournament and plays well to it. So I know that it can make a difference,
Yeah.
aka my nationals.
Right. Yeah, exactly. 100%. Sam in the chat said she could have those results added to her PDJ profile. I'm assuming he's talking about she's up first.
Yes. Yeah. If it was a PDGA rated event, now that she has a rating, she can go back. Because if you think about it,
Okay.
before the PDGA ratings were in existence, there were still PDGA rounds played.
Right.
And
But
so
did
they
they
could
go back and add those in?
Yeah.
And then
That's
you
why
also,
sometimes you'll see, but sometimes you'll
Mhm.
see when we're looking at some of our guests who have played quite a long time, there's basic information. It's like just the score.
Mm,
There's no hole by hole or
Right.
anything. It just says this is what they scored.
right. So I'll have to look into that for her to get those added. And also he says props to the ladies for having their ratings propagate against the pros. Obviously at Rundle, we're all playing from the same T-pad.
Mm-hmm.
And I had mentioned that to I forget his name, one of the guys on the MP40 card went in lunch when we went to Hermitage. It was talking about ratings. And I said, yeah, I know this morning it doesn't matter because I'm rated against, MA1s and what we're all from the same T-pad. And he's like,
Mhm.
no, you got rated against everybody. And I was like, oh yeah, I guess we are.
Because we all
Because
played
we
the
all
same
played the same
layout.
layout. Even
Mm.
though, I still don't know. Because in Tournament Central or in Disc Golf Scene or wherever she would have had it, they would be separated by divisions.
Mhm.
So even though we played the same course
Yeah,
and the
the
same
pools.
layout, the pools and the divisions would be separate.
Mhm.
But I guess you're still rated against each. No, because they would be separate. Because I would only be rated against the MP40s and the MA1s
Mm.
only. So it doesn't matter if there was an MA40 that went lights out and shot 18 under. It
Mhm.
wouldn't have affected my rating because I would have been in a different pool. Even though we're playing the same layout,
Yeah.
they would be separate pools.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think.
Well, what it really brought to my mind though is having those events and then having Sonia play her first event. And we know she's up first, at least for the ladies, and there's a variety of tees, including the pink tees, to make it a
Mhm.
great experience for everybody of every skill level
Yeah.
who wants to be there. I'm thinking we have Langholm out in St. Albert, which is close to where I am.
Yeah.
And that's a 9-hole course, and it's not a long course, but it has some cool shots that give a little bit of variety, and you can go out there with some mids and maybe a fairway and putter and have a good time.
Mhm.
I'm thinking there's got to be more tournaments at courses like that, and how do we gear them towards beginners so that they can come out to a tournament, maybe it even gets to the point where it's like, let's do a rated round in the morning
Mhm.
and do a doubles round or a fun round of some sort in the afternoon for those people.
You love that split round tournament style.
Have I mentioned that before?
You tried to get me to do that with my
With Discape.
Discape disc. And
Yeah.
you're like, have a tournament round in the morning and then have a fun round in the afternoon. And
Yeah.
people
Well, but
that
you
I mentioned
laughed
it
when I
to-
said that.
Well, people that I mentioned to hated it.
But you know who hated it probably is not the beginner disc golfers.
Right. So here's a question I have for you.
Mm.
Let's say you did run let's pick the easiest course. Maybe Langholm is it? Maybe it's Kingswood, whatever.
Mhm.
Maybe it's Jubilee, and whatever the course may be. And you think, okay, this is a very, very, very easy beginner level course.
Mhm.
We're going to run a Gigagore here for the beginners to get out and enjoy the time and learn and play a rated event on an easier course for them.
Mhm.
And they go out there and they shoot a -3, -4, and they think, oh, you shot -4 on this course? And then how does that, is that a lopsided or a fabricated rating?
No.
Because you've taken an easy course that people can shoot good on, as opposed to giving like Sonia playing at Hermitage or Rundle, where it's a tougher course, so it's truer to what her actual ability might be. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm not questioning
No.
it. I'm just asking,
It is a good question.
is it a lopsided or fake rating if you get a rating at a Gigagore on an easy course?
Yeah. I wonder with that, like, it's a good point is, let's say we ran it at Langholm
Mm-hmm.
and you had all brand new players. Like
Right.
everybody was brand new, but they had PDGA members. Nobody qualifies as a propagator at that point. And a
Right.
propagator is what helps decide what those rounds are going to be rated
Right.
based on the play. So I don't know, and I'd have to look into the PDGA side of it, is how many propagators do you need in a tournament in order to actually have a rated tournament. So it might
Right.
not just be a matter of, oh yeah, I paid my fees, I've sanctioned this tournament, it's a C tier. But if everybody is Eric Timchuk and doesn't have a PDGA rating when they come in, they're just coming out there to enjoy and they rip up the course, their ratings don't do anything because they don't help affect it. So it's a good point. Good point.
There you go. See?
Yeah. I value your opinion and it's a good point.
There you go. Maybe you should listen to me about season 3.
No, that's
Sam
horrible.
says, yeah. Oh, I'm with Germ. Without enough propagators, the ratings have to be done by hand.
Oh, okay.
Do you like Germ?
Yeah, Germ's fine.
We're going to call you Germ?
Germ, Jeremy, Jer, all of that
Jer
stuff.
Bear?
I told you, someone's called me Germany before. Just couldn't pronounce my name. I was a country, man, a country.
Yeah.
Mighty was I.
Without enough propagators.
Deutschland.
That's the problem.
I said, my name's Germany, but you
Yeah.
can call me Deutschland.
You can call me Deutsch. I can't remember what tournament I was in, but MA4 played a layout with no propagators and no one got temp round ratings.
Oh, there you
So,
go.
there
You
you
need the propagator. So you need at least one, but I'm thinking that, as you said, would it skew the results?
Mhm.
Sure it would. If there was only one propagator and that propagator played really well or really poorly, that's the thing.
Here's a question for you then. And
Hmm.
I don't know if this makes any difference to you what you're thinking, but would it be beneficial or not or would they even be able to? As a beginner player with just a brand new PDGA, how do you play in a colored event? Because you've got to
Oh, I
be,
think you would just pick the lowest one.
you just automatically, everybody would go
Yeah,
in the
because you don't
lowest,
have a
because you
rating.
don't have a rating, so you'd automatically be
So you
the
could be a
minimum-
great player and then just tear it up that first time. But I would think you could seed yourself accordingly because you're not doing anybody any benefits by moving up, right? Like you're not doing yourself any favors. Because if you could play in the lowest division and you wanted to compete and win, if that was your goal, if you were super competitive, you'd want to be in the lowest division because you'd have the best chance.
Right.
So you going up into other divisions isn't hurting you. So usually when a tournament director steps in, is they say you can't play in this division because your rating's too high.
Right.
I don't think they ever come in and say you can't play in this division because your rating's too low. And that was what Chance dad
I would have to look into that.
or Stance Chad said.
Yeah.
Anyways, because he was talking about that, about people playing up even though they shouldn't be playing up. So that just tells you that you can always play up.
So here's a question for you then.
All right, riddle me this.
Well, let's go to the chat here because Sam said rating exists in a bubble anyways.
Yeah.
It depends. Yeah, don't
Don't
overthink
overthink
it.
it. Yeah, we've deep dived. I think
The
we're
goal is to get new people out throwing frisbees,
That's
which is the
it.
whole point. And I've seen rating floors for big tournaments, so they do have it where you can't be
yeah, if
less
you were
than a
trying.
certain. So here was my question. I think this kind of leads into it. Let's say me as an 878 rated player
Yes, look
goes
at you, big
into
boy.
go and plays in MPO, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna tear it up in there, and I go in there and I shoot terribly, and I shoot 56 over par, or for the event.
Right.
Do I bring down the pros if they go out there and like obviously if it's all pros that are meant to be there, they're all shooting in the low score range, and they're going to get their rating based on those people. Same as if I go out there and I shoot a fairly good round and Thomas goes out there and shoots an amazing round, that'll like bolster my rating because we're all in the same boat sort of thing.
Yeah.
But if I go out there and do I drag people down?
Yeah, up until 99 rating points lower, because at 100 points it doesn't count.
Okay.
Right. So I would say, yes, there is the ability for you to go out there and tank and to impact, but it's all like aggregate and averages. So the more propagators, it's taking averages. So if there's 100 propagators in your division, because it's a large division,
right,
you're 1%. If you're a propagator, you're 1% impact on that. But if there was only 2 propagators, you and one other person, and you tank, that's totally going to impact everybody else in there.
Right.
Especially if there's 100 people and only 2 propagators for some reason, which would be crazy.
Do you know?
But back to what. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, you know what this clarifies for me?
Nothing.
I still don't understand
Absolutely
rating.
nothing. But bringing it back to the very start, yes, Sam, I'm with you. I think we should, and this was my idea that I wanted to talk about, was we need to get some more tournaments at places like Langholm and find a way. The only thing Daryl had said is sometimes you organize a tournament, and let's say it was your Discape Challenge, and everybody wants the 3 discs, and say all the disc golfers who are a little more skilled fill up all the spots. Now we know you can save spots for sponsored players. You can hold division. I think you can hold spots for underserved divisions and such. So I think that's probably the best way that you could do it. And maybe in a color division, I don't know if colored you could do it with that. I think you'd have to do it just for juniors and usually juniors and women. But I don't think you could be like, oh yeah, we're gonna early registration for MA4
Right.
or something like that, because that's really what you'd want.
We won't dwell on it too much,
Mm.
but Sam did say it's super rare. Going back to the where I jump up a division and I shoot 56 over and bring everybody down. He said it's super rare, but they're probably just more happy that I donated money. So
Great point.
he's not 100% sure on the numbers, but I believe that not every propagator is used to propagate ratings, so you might not affect the ratings at all.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
I
think we covered that already. At
think we
least
covered it.
we
but
love talking about You know what? That's the season arc. Season 3.
Season 3, the ratings.
Propagators. Yeah, we're going to lose
All
a
right.
lot of listeners. We're never getting to
You're losing a
500.
co-host at that point.
Well, I want to go to let's do this.
Let's get it.
Yeah, we got to tell so Sam and everybody listening out there, I talked to Chatty G.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, that's Chat GPT. We work with Brainstorm with Chatty G once in a while. Asked Chatty G to help me with a quiz. Chatty G sucked at it. Like completely sucked big time. When you want Chatty G to come up with like wordplay and stuff, it's laughable what they come up with. So I think what we'll do is I'll give you some of Chatty G's answers afterwards. I didn't put them in here, but we can scroll and I can find them.
Yeah.
But what I've got 20 names for you. These are disc golfer names, pro disc golfers.
Breaking news, but I can't tell anybody, but I can show you. You can just react to it. Sorry.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
I just wanted to show you right now because it came through on the grapevine.
So. There you go. That's riveting podcasting. But yeah, I've got 20 disc golfer names.
Reading the rule book on stream. Okay, you got 20 disc golfers. Let's bring it up.
Yeah, bring up the names. 20. So much fun. I went to bed and then I was like, oh, I thought of another one. And right. So you got 13 questions is what you had.
So we got 20 answers. We got 20 disc golfers and 13 questions. The answer will be somebody's name.
That's right.
Get to it.
Okay. So here we go. Let's get this happening here. So when you're ready with
I guess the people
go ahead and explain.
But I'm just going to we've got Elaine King, Adam Hammis, Joel Freeman, Chandler Kramer, Rebecca Cox, Gannon Burr, Ty Love, Paige Shue, Luke Taylor, Matt Bell, Eagle McMahon, Holland Hanley, Haley King, Lisa Ficus, Drew Gibson, Emily Weatherman, Paige Pierce, Raven Klein, Conan Star Montgomery, and Shelly May Lai as the 20 names. You're going to ask me 13 questions. The answers will be one of those names.
None of them are duplicated, so don't think I've done that twice. And to give you an idea, this is all play on words. So you have to get into my head in the fact of how could I stretch it? Some of them are going to be super simple. Others are going to be a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
You got the feel of that?
I've been reading through the names. I've looked at them and I'm kind of looking at some of the names and thinking, okay, if that was a question, how would that be an answer?
Okay, so you're good.
I think I'm there.
All right. So sometimes here we go. Let's just get started whenever you're ready.
Not against the clock, but I'm going to do it anyway.
It just keeps us on target. Yeah. So if it's 20 minutes, we're like, what? What are we doing here?
All right. Are you ready?
Ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
If this player were to write a book, I hope it would be about my favorite James Bond.
Oh, this would be Paige Pierce.
Yes, got it.
Pierce Brosnan.
If you'd never heard of disc golf at all, you'd certainly think this player was a WWE superstar, especially when he flies off the top rope.
Eagle McMahon.
That's right. I believe that in disc golf, honesty is the best policy, but who knows if this player would agree.
Ooh, honesty is the best policy. But let's see if this person would agree. Can you read the question again, please?
Yes. I believe that in disc golf, honesty is the best policy, but who knows if this player would agree? This was the one that came to me in the middle of the night, so maybe that's part of it.
I'm gonna say Joel Freeman.
No.
Oh,
Do you want to stick with it or you want me to move on?
I move on.
Okay. Astronomers flock to Hawaii for its dark sky preserves. I still can't believe that an observatory hasn't been named after this player.
Kona Star Montgomery.
You got it. When I was young, I played a lot of video games, especially Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I could totally see myself meeting this player as the end boss on the top of a freezing, cold mountain.
This would. There's two that I can think of, so I don't know if it would. Oh, Gannon Burr. That was a literal.
At the latest coronation, I could have sworn people were shouting this player's name.
See, this is the two. It's either going to be Haley or Elaine. Which one do I think? At the latest coronation, all right, 50-50, I'm going to say Haley King.
Hail King! Get it? Hail the King?
Okay, right.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Put a pencil in this in this player's hand, and I bet they'd create the best picture of a Stratocaster guitar you'd ever seen.
This is the one that really made me think this is Drew Gibson.
Yes.
Like, how would you say Gibson? It's got to be something to do with the guitar.
A coffee table book about footwear or a disc golfer? Who knows?
Oh, Paige Shoe.
Hey, if you'd prefer turkey, you could have just said so. Don't get so angry about what you really want.
Don't get so angry. Say that question again. Something about turkey?
Hey, if you'd prefer turkey, you could have just said so. Don't get so angry about what you really want. And it goes silent.
Sorry. Um,
Oh, so Sam says he's still stumped on the sleep addicted clue. We'll get back to that one, Sam. You'll get it when you get it. This is like, I don't know if you guys have played Connections, but sometimes you might have to sound things out for it to really come through.
yeah. Say, all right, I'm going to pass on that one.
When a Swiftie hears that their favorite artist is in town, they are just hoping they can turn to their friend and shout,
Ty Love.
nope. Some people like glossy, shiny components on their bikes, but me, I prefer a.
Matt Bell.
Yeah.
Matt Bell. I got it.
Seriously, this player's parents must have been a fan of 90s sitcoms.
Chandler Kramer.
Yes. If you were trying to explain to your partner why the tournament was going to a playoff, you'd probably say, in an English accent, if you were trying to explain to your partner why the tournament was going to a playoff, you'd probably say,
oh, Ty Love.
that's right, Ty Love.
Yeah, all right, go on.
Okay, so let's go on. We'll go back to, I believe that in disc golf, honesty is the best policy, but who knows if this player would agree?
Honesty. So something about lying, fib, lie. Honesty is the best policy, but who, if this person would agree? I said Joel Freeman last time.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Elaine King. It's not Adam Hammas. I said Joel Freeman. Chandler Kramer's gone. Rebecca Cox? No, Gannon Burr's gone. Ty Love's gone. Pei Shu's gone. Luke Taylor. Yeah. Matt Bell's gone. Eagle McMahon's gone. Holland Handley. Haley King is gone. Lisa Ficus. Drew Gibson's gone. Emily Weatherman. Paige Pierce. Raven Klein. And Kona Star, Shelley May Lie. Can you repeat the question again?
Sure. I believe that in disc golf, honesty is the best policy, but who knows if this player would agree?
How didn't I get that? Shelley May Lie.
Shelley may lie. She may.
Oh, God, I did get that one. So frustrating. That was a good one.
All right. And then we had, hey, if you'd prefer turkey, you could have just said so. Don't get so angry about what you really want.
So if you're angry, you're frustrated, you're Adam Hamas. Is it Emily Weatherman? Because Weathermen are always wrong. No, I don't think that's it, Sam.
That
Don't
was.
get so frustrated.
Mhm.
Raven Klein.
Hey, if you'd prefer turkey, you could have just said so. Don't get so angry about what you really want.
Adam Hamas.
A damn Hamas.
Oh, and then stop.
Nope.
Yeah.
When a Swifty,
Oh.
you got one more.
Sorry, go ahead.
When a Swifty hears that their favorite artist is coming to town, they are just hoping they can turn to their friend and say, and shout.
And shout.
It can be shout, it can be say, it doesn't matter.
Colin Hanley. Hey, Lisa. Fi. Cass. Like, I'm trying to think the way you say these now. Joe, free, man. Joe, free, man? No. Are you free? No. Chandler Kramer, Rebecca Cox. Yeah, Page, Luke. Luke. Oh, Luke Taylor.
Luke Taylor! And you can stop the timer.
Oh.
So?
So some of them, like the Drew Gibson one.
Yes.
No, I guess you did because you said you had a pencil, so that would be Drew a Gibson.
Yes. Well, let's go through them and then
Yes.
tell me if you got them that way.
Some of them I was just thinking it was the last name, but you're actually now thinking about it. It was actually the whole name.
I tried.
Yeah.
Some of them I couldn't. So
Okay.
first one,
Yeah.
if a player were to write a book about my favorite James Bond, well, it's a book, and a book has a page,
Yeah.
and then
On that-
Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah. On that one, you said favorite James Bond, so
Yeah.
I went through the James Bonds, and then I came to Pierce, and I didn't get the page Pierce.
Gotcha.
So okay.
And then if you'd never heard of disc golf, you'd certainly think this player was a WWE superstar, especially when he flies off of the top rope.
Yes.
And that was
The WWE superstar made me think of McMahon, and then the flying off the top rope.
Eagle.
That's where I like.
Yeah, I got both in that one. This one is like the most obvious. I believe that in disc golf, honesty is the best policy, but who knows if this player would agree? Shelley may lie.
See, I didn't, and it was I think I was thinking of it as Shelley May. Shelley May. I wasn't putting the first and the last name together, but as soon as I seen it, it clicked.
It clicked.
Yeah.
So it was good.
Shelley.
That's good.
Yeah.
This one was only two of the three names, right? Astronomers flock to Hawaii
Yeah.
for its dark sky preserves. I still can't believe that an observatory hasn't been named after this player.
Kona and
And
Star. Yeah.
I couldn't get Montgomery in there. I felt
Right.
that was out there. And then we got the Zelda one, Breath of the Wild, fighting an end guy on the top of a freezing cold mountain.
I've never played Zelda.
The bad guy's always named Ganon. That's the end boss is always Ganon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Ganon and then Burr because it's on top of the mountain.
Yeah.
We did that one. The latest coronation. Could have sworn people were shouting this player's name.
Again, I wasn't thinking of the first name and the last name, so I thought it was a king, but I didn't know if it was a Lane King or Haley King. I guessed it Haley King, but then
And
you're
then
like,
it's like, hail the king.
Yeah.
And then, of course, a pencil in the player's hand. They create the best picture of a Stratocaster guitar. Drew Gibson.
Yeah.
A coffee table book, again, about footwear.
Page
shoe.
Yeah.
If you prefer turkey, don't get so angry about what you really want.
This one, even when it came to the end, you said if you didn't want turkey, so then I was thinking, okay, so I was looking for chicken, and I'm like, how do I get chicken in any of this? And then it wasn't until I thought about the ham, I was like, hummus.
And it was so funny because we chatted about this earlier too, about ham and turkey.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But then it wasn't until you went, a damn hummus. Because I wasn't reading it as Adam. Obviously, I'm reading it as Adam.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then the Swifty wants to shout this out.
Yeah. Again, I wasn't looking at Luke
Taylor.
Yeah. The Swifty, I just thought of Taylor Swift, so that's what got me on that one.
But I think this was your favorite. Glossy, shiny components on their bikes, but I like
glossy. The Matt Bell, yeah. That was I got it on that one as well. And I was like, what do I want on a bike? Oh, a bell. But then I played it back, and you're like the shiny glossy, but I prefer a matte bell. Yeah, very good.
And then, of course, seriously, this player's parents must have been fans of 90s sitcoms.
So this one wasn't Chandler.
No, it was.
Oh, because Chandler and Kramer, two different sitcoms.
Yeah, because Chandler's from Friends,
Right,
Kramer
Kramer's
from
from Seinfeld.
Seinfeld. And then if you were trying to explain your partner why the tournament was going to a playoff, you'd probably say,
Ty, love.
yeah. So what do you
And
think of that one? Is that a good one?
yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You give me the seal of approval?
the whole quiz or just that question?
No, just the
The
quiz.
quiz. Yeah, it was good.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go to my chat GPT, my chatty G, and I want to go to my Canadian disc golf quiz. And when I asked Chatty G to help me with this, I'll give you some of the questions that came up, and we can just do a handful if you want.
Sure, quickly.
Okay, if this player opened a bakery, their specialty would be cakes of steel. Is it A, Katrina Allen, B, Kristen Tatar, C, Ricky Wysocki, or D, Evelina Salonen?
There would be something of steel.
Yeah, so if this player opened a bakery, their
Yeah.
specialty would be cakes of steel.
And what are the options?
The options are Katrina Allen, Kristen Tatar, Ricky Wysocki, and Evelina Salonen. Just pick any one of the answers.
Yeah, Evelina Salonen.
No, it's not. But that sounds about right because of the way Chatty G normally gives us answers.
Yeah.
The answer was Kristen Tatar because it sounds like tartar, which is sweet like pastry, tough like steel. So like I said, Chatty G has no clue. I'm going to give you two more.
All right.
Okay. This player sounds like they could control the wind itself, fitting for their smooth forehand. Calvin Heimberg, Eagle McMahon, Gannon Burr, Simon Lizotte.
I mean, Gannon Burr, because Burr, you're cold when the wind blows. Is this how?
Eagle McMahon, and that's because Eagle is flying air and wind, and McMahon equals commanding presence. And then the last one I'll give you. If you wanted someone to make your house sparkle, this player's name says it all. Paul Macbeth, Missy Gannon, Valerie Mondahano, or Kona Star Montgomery.
I mean, sparkle. You've got to go with Kona Star Montgomery on.
You would think so, but the answer is Missy Gannon because Missy, like Messi, but she cleans up on the course. So like I said,
nothing to do with the house or glitter or anything like that at all.
Chatty G does not work. But what she did do, or he did do, or it did do, was it gave me some names. And then when I saw a name, I'm like, could I do something with that? And then I'm like, Gannon Burr. I'm like, okay, let me just find names and do it myself. I don't need your help. And that's where we ended up.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think you're definitely better than Chatty GPT on this one.
Why, thank you.
But that's two quizzes you've done in a row now.
Uh-huh.
So I think you've got to hand it over to me.
Oh,
he said he thought it would have been Kristen Tatar because it sounds like Tata Steel, but she's Lat now anyway. So
I don't know what Tata Steel is, anyways. So Tatar, a Tata Steel, and then Tartar. It said, but tartar isn't sweet.
Tartar is a sauce. It's
it's like a pickled mayo or something like that. Yeah. So, anywho, let's get ourselves back on track. This has been another great episode of Around the Basket. I love the fun we have.
Yes, surely.
Surely you do. Do not call me Shirley. So, when we get to this part, what do you have to say? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tata is a huge megacore. Well, sorry, I know Tata makes vehicles. They're an Indian.
Oh.
They're an Indian car manufacturer.
Gotcha.
They make I didn't know they had anything to do with steel. I knew they were a car manufacturer, but I guess if they're a megacore, they probably have their hands in
everything.
Lots of different pies.
Right. So
at this point, I would like to say that if you enjoy Jeremy's trivia, next time you're out on the course, if you walk up to Jeremy and say, Jeremy, I hear you're good at trivia, he would say, well, don't talk to me right now because I'm just about to drive.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to hold court on the tee pad.
No, I don't
never do that.
No.
But what you can do is if you want to ask me a question, just wait till I get
Around the Basket.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Sam. Be in the chat next time and you can answer these questions as well.
That's right.